Hi, hello, I'm back. I don't know for how long I'm back. I hope you're all okay and that you've been doing well and you had a great Halloween and a fantastic Thanksgiving if you celebrated, and Canadian Thanksgiving if you're a Canadian. I hope you enjoyed it. Things have been super discombobulated here. Everything's kind of up in the air. As you can see, I'm still in my house. We are still moving. We are still moving to the house that we purchased. However, our lawyers are stinky our lawyers that we hired for the sale of this house. So without getting into too much, we use the lawyers that our estate agent recommended because they have some kind of super duper deal with them. And now I know why it was a super duper deal, because they're actually crap. If you want to know the name of the solicitor's firm. Oh, something's happened to my computer, sorry. Yeah, just ask me below. Probably Mandy might be interested because they are all over the UK and I would never, ever, ever recommend them to anybody. The attorneys that we're using for the purchase of our new home, PCS, they're amazing. I mean, they were just like boom on it, and then saying, hey, you guys, what's going on with your solicitors for the sale of your house? And ended up finally yesterday, after we put a purchase offer in on that house at the end of August, and had sold ours had accepted an offer on ours prior to that. Finally yesterday we had the transfer deed papers to sign as well as the contract. We don't have a date for exchange. That's for the sale of this house. Ian kindly contacted the solicitors for the purchase of the new house yesterday and said, hey, just so you know, we've just signed the deed papers. Can you contact the seller's attorneys for the house we're purchasing and ask them what they're doing? And hopefully, so it's been a bit depressing. I have been depressed, like proper depressed about this whole thing. I'm in limbo. I never really got to put all my Halloween decorations up. I never really got to decorate for Thanksgiving, and I kind of need that to get myself through the kind of grayer months here in Lancashire. And I don't have a Christmas tree up. I have a couple things out, mostly advent calendars and a couple candles, and I think my fireplace mantle is pretty much all I'm going to do to that. And so it's depressing, and I haven't felt much like podcasting. That's where this is going. So I'm very, very sorry, but yeah. So, not to mention the fact that I have so many things in boxes and I have to paw through them to get things out, because I thought, we have hired Britannia to move us, so I really shouldn't be packing anything because they won't insure what I've packed. So yeah. Good. So I have been having to paw through that for my crafting things. I got all of my boxes back out, put them on the shelves up here because just but yeah, Britannia's moving us. So if we get some kind of date, this is the killer, right? So basically Britannia's come back and said, we're super duper busy. We're really, really sorry. You know, they committed to it. But the only dates they have left for moving people are the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th of December. So no one wants to move on Christmas Eve. No one wants to be moving anyone on Christmas Eve. Not to mention the fact that they will send people to my house on the 23rd to pack all the stuff up so they can load it on the 24th and we can just get the hell out of Dodge. Ian doesn't want to move before Christmas, but I do. I just want out of here. I don't want to see my house anymore. I am fed up. And I get why he doesn't want to move, but I don't want that hanging over my head over the holidays. It's understandable, right? We'll probably just go along with what he wants anyways, because he works really hard and I don't have to work out of the house. And if he just wants to be here and relaxing, then that's what we'll do. But I don't want to be here. I do not want to be here. I want to be gone. I have had enough of this state of affairs, as it were. So anyway, that's where all of that is at. Ian's dad, which I probably should have spoken about first, which is far more important than our stupid move. Ian's dad is at home. He is having care. pretty much come in, and they come in, they're in at first thing in the morning, they go at night after they've cleaned him up and put him in his pajamas and put him to bed. He has a hospital bed set up now. He is a bit more chipper. He did have a moment with my husband and our brother-in-law where he was very, very grumpy and grouchy, but then called 3 days later to apologize for his behavior. But I think that was my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is a lot like me, and she doesn't really have the patience for that kind of behavior. So I'm sure she said, you need to apologize to our Ian, and so he did. And Ian said, yeah, that's all right, I understand. But he didn't, because he came home that day and he's like, my father's gone. Boom. And I just went, oh, I'm sure he doesn't mean it. He doesn't like it. I was just thinking back to after my mom died and my dad had surgery, and I was with him, and I was going to the hospital, not having, that came out wrong. That's not what I mean. I was going to the hospital every day, except one day I didn't go to the hospital because I was just so tired. And my dad is the kind of person where when he is in a painful situation, does not want to be touched. Don't touch me. And I was so hurt by that. I thought, well, screw you. I'm living 8,000 miles away from my family, and you're like, don't touch me. But I get it now. Thank God for my sister Christina, because she sort of said, Jenny, Dad's like that. The thing is, I realized I'm like that. So I'm going to stop being like that. But yeah, so anyway, so yeah, his dad's a little grumpy, but I can understand, he's, and he's not making a great deal of effort to get up and move around. So maybe once he does that, he'll feel a little bit better about himself. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be this until the end, basically. So anyway, he did have COVID. He was put in a COVID ward in Preston Hospital, Mandy. His dad was down at your hospital for 2 weeks, and he wasn't so bad, but there were a few guys on his ward that were that was bad. So anyway, but he came through it because he's already had 2 of his jabs, and I don't know if he'd had his booster yet or not. No, I don't think he'd had his boost. Maybe he had, I don't know. Anyways, he'd already had 2 of his jabs, so he was kind of lucky given the state of him to not get, a serious reaction to the COVID. Yeah, so that's that. That's what's going on. It is very grim weather here today. It looks like a Hammer horror film out. I actually might watch some Sherlock Holmes this afternoon, which I know isn't very festive, but I'm not in a very festive mood, to be honest. So Sherlock Holmes is okay. I did finish the Halloween cross-stitch. I have finished a Christmas cross-stitch, but that was turned into a pillow for Helen Duffin for Christmas, so that's already gone to her house. So she might show it on a podcast if she does one for Crimbo. Who knows? I don't even... Yeah, I think I did take a picture of it because I sent it to Ian, and he's like, ooh, that's nice. So I might put it in here somewhere. Who knows? I know there's other things I got done. Is random stuff that my Halloween socks got done. They're in my bedroom drawer, and so I might show them randomly sometime, but there you go. So anyways, I haven't been doing a lot of knitting. It's been mostly cross-stitching and some oh yeah, my crochet. Oh my god, that poncho was a complete and utter joke, and so I turned it into a lap blanket for my lounge. It was bad. Did not come out. I should never do that, like, ever. This is going to turn into nostalgia because we used to go to Cape Cod and stay every summer when I was a kid, and there was a nice couple, the Allens, who lived across the street from the house we stayed at, which was Father James P. Igo's house. And yeah, so anyway, Mrs. Allen was, one year when we went, she was crocheting something. She said it was for her niece, and she asked me to try it on because I was about her size. And so I tried this poncho on, and I loved it. It was oranges and browns and things. It was really, really pretty. I had some yellows in it and stuff. It was gorgeous. And I remember my mom sitting there having iced coffee with Mrs. Allen. I don't know where everybody else was. Mikey was probably with us, but anyway. So at the end of the trip, when we were going home, after our lovely time on the beach and going to Plymouth, as we always did, and things like that, Mrs. Allen came over on the last day and gave me this poncho. Now, I've never forgotten this poncho, and it was something that I really wanted to do, but not the poncho that I did. My God, it was bad. I mean, it was bad. I really wanted that poncho too. So I'm going to do an old-fashioned granny square poncho sometime next year in those autumnal colors that Mrs. Allen did mine in. And there you go. I'll have that. Anyway, so we are 14 minutes in, and I have been talking smack the whole time. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So right now, what am I knitting? I have started a pair of socks for myself. I have finished the first one. The second one is half done. I just have to turn the heel and knit up the leg. So these are my Christmas socks. This is the main body of the sock is I don't want to turn it towards the telly because it'll make it blue, but this is green. It's called Spruce, and it is by Sprite 966 Helen Duffin. And it is, let me cover my face, maybe it'll show up. It is stunning. I love it. There's little flecks of red in it. Let me see if I can find some red flecks. There we go. There's some red flecks in it. You can kind of see them. Come on. Wow. They're there. Anyway, yeah, and the heels and cuff is from a lovely little girl on Etsy called Twinkly Knits. And she does some great stellina dyes. And so I got this red and white striped fabric, and I screwed up my cuff really because I wanted to just do one stripe of each for the cuff, but it ended up, when I was casting off, I needed more. But the heel is like part red and part white, and I thought, you know what, I should I should like stitch a little pink nose right here, so when I'm walking around it looks like Santa or an elf or something. But yeah, so I have changed my pattern up. I am now knitting 28 stitches instead of 30. It's a better fit for me, and my cuff is about 20 rows longer than it would have been before. So instead of 60, I'm doing 85 and then adding the cuff to it, which is basically another 12 rows. So that is that, and the second one should be done before Christmas. The other thing I'm doing right now is in preparation for next year. I am going to embroider some felt, little felt mittens for my two favorite people in the world, because I love them. And so I'm going to do some snowflake embroidery on this felt. I am then going to stuff it and put the cuff on, and it is snowing out at my house bad. It's snowing so hard right now. Yeah, so I'm going to make a few of those. There's some other felts. This was a free pattern, by the way, on and that's the name of it, by the way, Mitten Ornaments. So if you look up on Pinterest, they have like a whole set of pages for these ornaments. And you can make a smaller one or a larger one. I'm obviously making a larger one. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to embroider those. I am also knitting a hat for Ian because he does not have a hat in the car, and he drives over tops, and you know, Mandy will know because she lives up here that they can be pretty icy and slick, and if he goes off the road he doesn't have a hat to keep his head warm in the car. So I have this Fiber Fools, which I had them dye for me. It was a custom order from Fiber Fools. I love Fiber Fools. I would totally recommend them to everybody. They are amazing. But yeah, so this is a DK weight superwash merino. No nylon, just merino. Come on. It's 246 yards and it's a tonal gray. I'm going to try to show it so the light from the monitor is making it blue on one side, but the tonal gray is correct. I pinched a pattern off Daramore's. It's just a plain old pattern. Nothing super duper. And this is what it looks like so far. I have about an inch to go before I can start to decrease for the crown of the hat. But yeah, so that's what she looks like. I have some pretty even stitching going there, which makes me super proud because that's not normally the case. Right, so that's all the knitting. That is all the knitting right now. I have some new wool to show you. One I dyed, one Helen sent me for Christmas. But the rest of my stuff are cross-stitch patterns, little kits that I got. I got a book box. I have been getting book boxes every month from the Cozy Book Club, so I'm going to show that as well. So, yeah, I'm super, super happy. Hi, Nick. Hi, you guys. That's Nick from the Cozy Book Club. So, the first thing I'm going to show you as far as cross-stitch goes, because I really got to push it here. I'm at 19 minutes, and I spent 15 of that just yammering on about life and the universe. I started working on my Prairie Schooler Blackwork Angels. Blackwork Angels again. My camera makes me so mad. So that's what those little suckers look like. I have a few of them done. I'm just going to show them very quickly to refresh everyone's memory. So let me get them out. So I had the first one that I'd already mounted. And then I have 3 more done, ready to be mounted onto its board that the lovely Kim Esmond sent me, because she's a stunning, amazing person, and my cross stitch looked like crap compared to hers. But there you go. Oh, and Mandy. Oh my God, Mandy is making... She made the cutest sleigh I ever saw in my life, and it had a cross stitch on it, and I was like, oh my God, that's adorable. I loved it so much. Anyway, I am on... Here, let me get rid of this. Just get rid of that for a minute, because it doesn't match. I am on the next angel. Okay, that looked blue, but it's really this white. But I will hold it up here so you guys can see it. So that's what the next angel looks like, little trumpet player. And I'm nearly done with her. When I am finished with her, when she is El Completo, I am probably putting this away because I am going to start another Prairie Schooler, so I have a couple of Christmas ones going at the same time. Because, you know, that's what I want to do. And there's no rules in crafting. You do what you want when you want. Or so I'm told. So, let's show that stuff. Right. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to have to put some other things in bags. So, I am going to start working again on my Rovaris, October 31st. I don't have that far to go. I know you guys probably remember this, but I'll just show it anyway. I am at the letter K, wherever that is over here. I'm on the letter K right now, so I only have to go around to the letter A, and that is done. So I'm going to get on that because it's not going to take very long, is it? So anyway, so that's in a bag that I made myself, which is not very good. Because the next bags you're going to see are by Helen Duffin. And she sent them to me for Crimbo. And I was like, oh my God. Plus, she made me the coolest little things ever to go with, which I did not know about. So this next bag does not have the pattern in it. I will show it here, I don't know where. It's a little autumn, like an autumn village street thing, but it's got those little cute figurine people in it, like the little Funko Pop people. Anyway, this bag Helen made. So I had sent Helen a bunch of fabric that I was not going to use. Like, I just wasn't going to make bags anymore and didn't have any use for it. And this is what she turned it into. She turned it into the most lovely cross-stitch bags ever. And look at this one's got a little owl on it as a pull with a little bead. And then she made me, which I didn't know anything about until she explained it to me, these little thread catchers. So instead of just dropping it between the chair and my coffee table and then vacuuming it up with my little dirt devil every day. I can just drop them on here and then just like wipe them off and put them in the basket every time. I can still drop them on the floor. I just got to put this on the floor. But it matches. So this fabric I bought in Doha when Ian and I lived in Doha back in 2014 and 2016 when we were in the Middle East. I got that fabric on the souk. And it's very autumnal, and Helen said she really liked it. And I'm pretty sure this inside fabric was something of Helen's. So it's kind of both of us. But the work that she put into these bags is just amazing. And she's done such an excellent job. And her miter corners are like perfect. She's a very good seamstress. And then I have a Halloween one. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. I'll show it to you. And then I sent her a little bit of fabric. Helen's probably going to go, no, you sent me a shit ton. But I sent her this fabric, which has got sparkles for real on it. Can you see the sparkle? You know that? And she made me another cross-stitch bag because we are like so cross-stitching right now. So I got the Snowy Nights pattern from the Prairie Schooler. Oh, the zipper pull on this is from Game of Thrones. Oh, please focus because I love this. Hang on. Winter is coming. How cool is that? So she made me that. I am stitching that on some black swag art. I ordered all the DMC floss for it, so there that is. Oh, I did that for the other little village thing, but we're going to talk about floss in a minute. Anyway, so there's the pattern. Prairie Schooler, Snowy Nights. So I'm going to be doing those. And I'm just going to continually stitch on that piece of fabric because, you know, Kim pointed out what a moron I was. And she was absolutely right. Jenny, why did you cut that fabric up? Why didn't you just, like, keep doing your Black Work Angels on the same thing? But, you know, I wasn't thinking. Wasn't there. Anyway, and she made me another thread catcher with the same fabric, so I don't know why she's not selling these. She could be rolling in the dough here selling these things, but she's not, so there you go. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to starting that next week. So there you go, Prairie Schooler, Snowy Nights. I have another Prairie Schooler pattern over there I'm probably going to go grab after I show you the other patterns that I bought. So now we're kind of into, that's the stuff that I've been working on. Now I have new things to show. Let me just grab that pattern and that other bag that Helen made me. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. I also grabbed some other things while I was over there. Because, you know. Right, so. The other bag that Helen made me is this one. This is her fabric, not mine. This has a spooky jack-o'-lantern zipper pull on it. There we go. And Helen and I are going to start a stitch along for Prairie Schooler patterns. For Halloween patterns, I am doing Cats, Bats, and Witches, and she is doing When Witches Go Riding. So I'm doing this one. She's doing that one. I still have to buy the fabric for this. I do have some fabric that might possibly work, but I'm not sure. So we'll have to have a look at this. So on eBay, I went to hunting for some linen fabric, and I got a few. I sent one to Helen first though, so I don't have that one still, but I got this lovely brown linen fabric. So it is super darker than it's showing up here. Here, let me pull it back. Yeah, that's how dark it is. So I got that. Now this is, the squares are better. I think if I stitch a thing on this, it's going to have to be 1/1. Not 1/1. Not 2 threads, but 1 thread. Because it's a little bit more porous than other ones. But yeah, that's the color. It's a sagey green color. And then I got this, which is also porous, but I would go 2/2 with this, I think. Yeah, I'd probably go 2/2 with this one. So, or use it for pillow backing. But yeah, that's it. That's the fabric that I got. And one more fabric that I got. I don't know if I showed this on my very last podcast, but I'll show it to you guys anyway. I was able to get my hands on this. I'm pretty sure I showed it, but it is a lavender colored spiderweb fabric. And I'm really liking that. But I don't think I'm going to do my prairie schooler on it, because I'd rather do my prairie schooler on either a cream colored Aida or a cream colored linen. Right, so patterns. So I have a lot of patterns. I have a couple prairie schoolers that are new. So the first one is Christmas Village, and that is, I love this. And when I got it, I was like, oh my god, I have to stitch that. But what I think I'm going to do is stitch 2 of them in parallel, because my son loves this pattern so much. As soon as Joey saw it, he was like, oh my god, Mom, I love that. And I thought, well, you know, that's great, but Jesus, I gotta do 2 of those. Like the finished, well, it doesn't even say out here what the finished size is, but I mean, I'm sorry, that's really big. But I so totally want that in my house, right? So I was thinking I'll either do the whole thing for him, or I'll do what they did here and just kind of do a partial smaller one, or just pick bits out, like the part down here with the sleigh in front, and like cut it off down the middle of this tree, and over here I'll put this tree in, but not the house next to it. Anyway, Joey really liked that. So, and I loved it. Obviously, I bought it. So that is being stitched as well. And then I've always wanted a Prairie Schooler strawberry pattern, but I do not like the red, white, and blue ones. I just don't like them. I'm not going to lie to everybody. I don't do 4th of July at all the way I used to when I lived in America anymore. I'm kind of, Chris is going to kill me, kind of moving away from it. If I could change the pattern so they looked more Union Jacky, then I would probably do them for the Queen's birthday this year. Anyway, I got the strawberries for the winter. It came with this little additional pattern here. But yeah, they are called Christmas strawberries, and I love these so much. So I think I'm going to stitch a few of them to hang on my tree. I won't put sawdust in them because I don't want them to be pin cushions. I'm going to put some very light stuffing in them, and then I'm going to put them on the tree, or maybe I will get a wooden dish, because I have some pine cones that my sister Chris sent me a couple years ago from her farm, and I keep them in a wooden bowl out all year long. And I just got a text message. Could you hang on a minute? Who is this from? This is from Helen Duffin, no doubt. Oh, she sent me a link. Hey, thanks for the link for those hoops, Babs. So I keep those out all year because, you know, it reminds me of Chris, and it's a little bit of home. But I thought I could put those strawberries in with those, with some lights, and it would look spectacular. So I'm going to do that. So, next thing, Helen Duffin and I have gone a bit apeshit buying cross-stitch patterns online. We're going to stop, aren't we, Helen? We're going to stop spending our money. But she got me some super spectacular ones, and this will all end up being another video where, you know, Helen bought me patterns, and I'm going to show them all. And but I really liked this one a lot. It is the All Hallows Eve Sampler. It's Joan Elliott design. She's from Brooklyn, New York. And I frigging love this so much. Now, I've never done a sampler, no lie. Well, that's not entirely true. I did a sampler for my mom many years ago. It was still at the house when I left after Dad's surgery, but I think one of my sisters pinched it. So I don't have it anymore. I would really like it back though, if anybody knows who's got it. But Helen decided she was going to go bonkers for samplers, and to be honest with you, I really do like a sampler, and I thought this one is perfect. It's in black. There is a bit of orange. I don't think I can get my hands on this fabric, but I'm sure I can get my hands on something like it. And yeah, I mean, it's really big, but what the heck, right? I mean, hello. That's stunning. So I got that. Again, I'm not going to show you all of the ones that we got because we got a lot of cross-stitch patterns. The next thing I got was from Love Crafts. By the way, that's where I got all my DMC floss and something else I'm going to talk about in a minute. So I thought I'll do a small stocking for Blossom. So I got this. I'm sorry for all the reflection. Here, let me check it out. I got this for Blossom. It's a Rico design called Happy Christmas. And it is a cross-stitch band on it. There, it's a cross-stitch design on that. With some reindeer. And it looks like super big on there. And I don't really have to do anything except cross-stitch the band because they've already sewn the stocking, which is super tiny, and how cute is that? And all I gotta do is stitch the band. That's it. So I took all the threads that they gave me and I put them on some thread holders, thingy-bitchy-buddy-doo-dahs, on a keychain. And the band is not super huge. They actually gave me a needle as well. And I'm going to get that stitched up for Blossom. So that can be like, sit down for an afternoon with a cup of tea and just get that done. But I think it's adorable. And yeah. So, stocking for Blossom. Sorry, Helen, I'm not texting you back right away. You'll understand why when you see this. The next thing I'll show you, because I just grabbed it when I was over there in my basket, was it's a free design by Turkey Manor. Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. It's called Turkey Manor, and I don't have the picture, but I can show you what I got done over the Thanksgiving month. I don't think I have the picture of it. Hang on, folks. I just might have. No, I don't. I just have that. Right, so I made myself a little, oh dear, I made myself a little needle minder that looks like a piece of pumpkin pie. But this is what I got done in it, so I'll finish that next year. But there's the house from it. And then there's a giant turkey that sits on top of the house, and like little quilting patterns that go on either side. Let me see if it'll even show up as little quilting patterns on my crappy camera, because I've crossed out a lot of stuff on this already. But yeah, but that's what it looks like. So little quilt stars, and the turkey sits on the top. So that's that, and that will come out, like I said, that'll come out again next year, Thanksgiving time. So, and I am keeping track of all these in a nice macro-laden Excel workbook. The next thing I have is I bought a couple of these little felt kits from Love Crafts because they were like $1.29. The first one was really nice. It was a dove, except they left out half the stuff that goes with it. So I was pretty ticked off. But I actually got this little make your own felt wreath one, so I'm making that. And oh my god, I have such a pile of crap on my floor now. And then, uh-oh, that can't be good. I don't know where that came from. The next thing is the wool that Helen got me for December 25th. I mean, how stunning is this wool? This is by a company called For the Love of Yarn. This wool feels like super soft. It's nice. It's 100% merino nylon. It's 400 meters. They're saying use a 3mm hook or needles, but I won't because I always use 2.5 to knit my socks. But Helen and I were talking, and I said, I don't have any wool for Christmas socks, and I did. But she sent me this anyway. So I love you. So in all of that conversation, not knowing Helen was going to send that wool, I decided I'm going to dye myself some wool for Christmas socks next year. And I already had this left from Joey's Harry Potter mittens, which by the way are finished, and I will put a picture of them here. So I had this left, and then I went to dye some wool. So I had some undyed skeins, but all of my dye was super old, and I didn't know that I was going to break it, and it broke. So I wanted to just do a red and green speckle like what Helen had done, but it didn't come out that way. It came out red, green, blue, a little bit of yellow, spots everywhere. But what the hell? It looks like a Christmas tree with lights on. So that's how that came out. There we go. And I'm still going to use it for Christmas socks. Don't care. And this, because of the blue in the sock, is going to be toes, heels, and cuffs. So I can use that up. So that is Christmas socks next year, which I have put in my Sprite 966 gnome bag. So it's all ready to go for next year. That is it. Helen also sent me in my Advent box, which I'm not showing today, but will be showing sporadically on my Instagram account, which is exactly so. She sent me, excuse my French, of this Coats and Clark embroidery floss, and there are so many colors in here. It's amazing. So I did manage, we'll talk about this, I did manage to find a matching chart for DMC. So this is what happened. I was talking to Helen on the phone one night when Ian was home, and he was sat at the end of the sofa, and I just want to make this short because I'm at 42 minutes. This is the longest one I've ever done, I think. And we were talking about buying DMC and, you know, buying it project by project, and it's really expensive. And Helen said, did you know they have a box? And I was like, well, and she's like, there's this box, and she sent me the link to it while we were talking. And I looked at this box, and it's by DMC, and it's made of hardwood. It's either, I think it's cherry. It's some hardwood, cedar, cherry, I don't know which. And it's full of DMC floss. Like, they put all 500 and whatever colors into this box, and this box, which I'll put a picture of here, is frigging stunning. And I was like, oh my god, I love that so much. But the box is like 502 pounds, which is, hang on a second, it's about $600. A little over $600. And I was like, oh my god, maybe one day, right? So I'm sat there, and my guy says, Jenny, and I was like, no, that is so much money, can't have that. No, do not spend that money. We got better things to spend our money on. He's like, Jenny, just mark. And I was like, no, no, no. He got me the box. It is coming today. I am so freaking excited, but I yelled at Alan on Messenger the next day. I was like, dear Helen, you're an enabler, and my husband has bought that box. I am so super excited to have this box arrive, but at the same time, I did not want to spend that money. That's a lot of frigging money. So Ian's sort of reasoning behind buying this box is like, Jenny, you're going to buy this anyway. You're not the box, but you're going to keep buying embroidery floss. And, you know, it's not cheap. I mean, one project alone, just the Snowy Night was 20 pounds of floss. The Little Village was another 12 pounds of floss. And I'm not even going to tell you people how much money I spent on floss in the past, because it's a crazy amount of money. And, you know, and on top of that, Zweigart is not cheap. Linen is not cheap. I buy Irish linen, and I get it on eBay just to try to save some money, but that is not cheap either. And so I did the math, and he's right. It is less expensive because you get this hardwood box and you get all these flosses. But still, oh my God, I can't even justify that money. But I am super excited to receive the box, and I will show it to you guys the next time we speak. So, that's it for crafting. I wanted very, very much to show all of you, and some of the things that came in this box are not still in here. So, I'm going to cover up my address, but I got this nice little box from the Cozy Book Company. You can see their little sticker down here. I love Nick. I don't even know if that just showed my address. I love Nick. So this is what Nick puts it, and his lovely, lovely wife put in the top of my box this month. Now, Nick is a veteran, so if you're supporting the veterans in the United Kingdom or anywhere in the world, thank you very much. I got this Pekka tea, which I've been saving. It's called After Dinner, and it is so lovely. Oh my God, it's so nice. And then that's what that looks like. And this was a Christmas box. Now, to be honest with you, I just don't even look anymore because I just trust Nick and his wife so much. But this came with some lovely silver star paper for Crimbo on top. And I've kind of already unpacked everything, but I really wanted to show all of you what came. So they sent me the most lovely card in the world for Christmas, which is now going to go on my mantle. They send biscuits all the time, but Ian loves the biscuits and he loves the coffee. So Nicholas, thank you very much from Ian. This, I can now have this. This has been sitting for like 2 weeks and now I can have it. It's hot chocolate. I do like hot chocolate. They also sent me extra stuff, which I got extra tea. I love English breakfast tea. Got their little card for Crimbo. It's kind of got bent. Their bookmark for this Christmas got bent, but look at that. I love that so much. I love their bookmarks, by the way. They are so sturdy. So I have been waiting for 2 weeks to start this fracking book, but I joined a book club. And we're reading Wuthering Heights, so it's basically this whole year it's going to be classics. So I'm reading Dr. Zhivago next, but I really want to read The Hallows in the interim. This frigging starts, this is in Maine. I love the state of Maine. I don't know if you guys know this, but we owned a house in Maine for a little while. And I can't wait to start this book. I can't really tell you what it's about. It's a thriller. There was something never solved. It's in the woods. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to starting that book this week. As usual, I got chocolate. I don't need chocolate, but I got chocolate. I don't need to eat chocolate. Everyone needs chocolate. I just don't need to eat chocolate. But I got it, so, you know, waste not, want not, right? And then, how cool is this? I got coloring pencils. And I got a floral color book for grown-up people to color pictures in. So now I can start that as well. I know I say this a lot when... Oh, I also got a Christmas pencil. To go with all my Halloween pencils. Anyway, I know I say this a lot. But Nick and his wife send the most lovely packages. You can tell it's heartfelt. They know you. They know your tastes. They pick out perfect books every single time. Put that book down now because now I can have all my stuff. And I love the Cozy Book Company. They are on Etsy. They are on Instagram. I'm not sure where else they put themselves out. I'm not sure if they're on Twitter or anything like that. But please go support them. They are amazing people. They are kind. They're generous. They're great. So please go support them. Thank you very much. Public service. Anyway, right. I have to edit this, and it's 50 minutes long. I don't think I've done anything past like 35 ever. And I have stuff I gotta get done today. I haven't done my ironing yet this week, and I did all my laundry on Monday, and it's now Wednesday, and I really need to get my ironing done. I hate ironing. Not as much as I hate dishes lately. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna put all my stuff away now. Put it back where it belongs. And I don't know if I'm gonna podcast again before the end of the year because of the house situation. But if I do, super duper. If I don't, I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. And I will definitely be back in January. As soon as we're moved and I am set up in my new sewing room, I will be back. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll see you later. Bye. I have been listening to a lot of festive type books and very out of character for me. They're like cozy, girly books, and there's nothing wrong with that, so don't jump down my shit. But it's not what I read, not what I normally listen to. As we all know, I'm a big horror fan, and even if it's got a story in it, I'm into the horror. I'm sorry, I just am. And I have listened to quite a few of those. So I think this week I finished 3 books, all audio books this week, all very good. And I might just do a short video after, like a booktube video, just to say what the books are, because they're really good. I got a Mrs. Morris book, which is was recommended by Sarah from The Bookish Knitter. She is amazing. Go watch her channel. She's so cool. I love Sarah. She makes my day. She's amazing. I said amazing twice. Sorry. She does say delightful a lot. So, but her laugh is infectious, and she's a good girl. So, anyway, yeah. So it was recommended by her. It's a Mrs. Morris book. So it's these cozy mystery things that happen in Salem, Massachusetts, and I thought I'll give it a try. I'll actually hold a book rather than listen. But because I've been kind of, oh my god, I'm 10 minutes in, we haven't even seen any crafts yet, I'm really sorry. But because I had said to myself, I'm not cleaning baseboards every week anymore, we're moving, so I let it go, and then I thought, no, as soon as you do it, everything will, and then I didn't do it, and then I did. So I started doing my full regime of housework. Now my house isn't, well, this room's a tip, but the rest of my house isn't. I mean, I do super deep cleaning every week. I mean, my house gets cleaned all the time, but I hadn't been doing my baseboards or dusting around my doorways or any of that, because I just thought, but then it didn't happen. And I couldn't take it anymore. It was like niggling in the back of my mind. This house looks like absolute dog shit. Now, only to me, because Ian's like, I don't even notice it. And I'm like, well, of course you don't. But, and that was really sexist, so sorry. Sorry to male viewers if there are any. But anyway, yeah, so I've kind of gotten back into that. So I've been busy. So I've been actually listening to books. I've also been, over the month of November, I listened to a lot of OTR, which is old time radio. Thanksgiving programs. I'm not so totally into Jack Benny, but his Thanksgiving shows are super funny, so I was listening to those. And all the rest of those folks that are Gildersleeve and Fibber McGee and Molly, all of those are great. So anyway, and I have listened to a few of them for Christmas, but I mostly listen to that when I'm up here, like when I'm sewing. But I haven't been doing a lot of sewing except for the apron dress that I've got on. I made another top, but I'm going to show it. Actually, I made 2 tops. And this. And I made some pajama bottoms because I had fabric left over from the top. But yeah, that's usually when I listen to that radio. So now that we're 11 minutes and 52 seconds in, I guess I should start showing some things. So